So instead of that, what we can do, we can keep running this particular CPU at its 100% capacity. So as soon as there is any task, no one is gonna notify this CPU that there is some task. Instead, hi all, this is me Karan. So in this particular video, we will talk about what are the major expenses while you are trying to set up server for an HFT system. So let's start the discussion. So if I break down all the expenses, then I can break down them in three major categories. First one is rack cost. What is rack? We will try to understand that. So let's say this is your CME server and this resides in this particular building. Let's say I am saying this building A, and there is your HFT system and your server is set up somewhere here. So what are the drawbacks of this? Let's say you are sending some particular instruction from here to here. If it is taking, let's say, 1 millisecond, and then the instruction will go back to the HFT server, from this CME server to HFT server, again it will take, let's say, 1 millisecond. So the communication time between these two components, that is your HFT system and the stock exchange, will become 2 milliseconds. So instead of that, what you can do, you purchase one small space here in this same building and set up your server here. So distance from your HFT server to the stock exchange now will be less as compared to if you are setting your server outside this particular building. So now when you will try to communicate with the exchange server, then this communication or latency between the HFT server and the exchange server will be less. But the thing is, cost of this particular space is insanely high. So all the HFT firms cannot pay for this insanely high cost of setting up the server inside the same building. So this is one of the major expenses when we are trying to build an HFT infrastructure. So this cost is one of the major costs. Why? Because you are trying to set up your server inside the same building where exchange server is there. So now if we talk about the second cost, then I will say second cost is hardware cost. As now you have purchased this particular space, so you will pay for this particular space. Now you have to buy the hardware, and this particular hardware will be very expensive, because if you want to compete with other players in the industry, then you will have to go with the state of the art hardware, and this particular hardware will be very expensive. This cost will be insanely high. And if we talk about the third major cost, that cost is cooling cost. Although you might feel that, is that a significant cost? I will say yes, this is very high cost, because this particular hardware that you have set up here, this will always run at its 100% capacity. So all the time this particular piece of hardware will be generating insanely high amount of heat. And to manage this heat, you will have to install very expensive cooling system. For that you will have to pay insanely high amount on per month basis or per year basis, whatever is your contract. But one question you can ask is like why this particular hardware is running at its 100% capacity all the time. So here is the reason behind that. Let's say there is this CPU1, and this CPU only starts working when there is some task to perform. So let's say as of now this CPU is in ideal state. So let's say some task comes, and task is, let's say, T. Now what will happen, there will be some process that will notify CPU that there is some task to perform, please wake up. So that call will go to CPU, and then CPU will start, and then this particular task will get assigned to this CPU, and then task will get performed. So this entire process will take some time, and this will hamper the profitability of the firm. So instead of that, what we can do, we can keep running this particular CPU at its 100% capacity. So as soon as there is any task, no one is gonna notify this CPU that there is some task. Instead, the task will directly go to CPU, and CPU is already running. So this particular instruction will get performed as soon as it reaches to the CPU. So CPU need not to get some kind of like signal that there is some particular task to perform, and after performing the task, it is not gonna go into the dormant state. So this is the reason why these CPUs are always running at their 100% capacity, and this becomes one of the reasons why cooling cost is so high when we are trying to set up the high frequency trading system servers. If you are liking the content, please do like this particular video. That way YouTube algorithm will distribute this particular video to more number of people. Thanks for watching the video.